Welcome on into the Ryan Ripken show, and sorry for the delay. We were trying to get some things together, and I'll tell you what, you see three guys try to set up two lights. It was embarrassing. So we're going to leave it at that. That's why we're not going to show those behind the scenes. But if you guys are wondering, we aren't in the Ryan Ripken show studio. We're up at Hollywood Casino at Charlestown Races in West Virginia. Hey, nice job, guys. Hey, welcome.
Thank you.
Zach, Kevin, we're back. Round four.
I think four.
Four. It's definitely four.
Yeah, because I've been here 3, but you guys went during the NFL season one time.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. So it is four.
Yeah.
It has been four.
Might be 5, honestly, but who's counting?
Who is counting? But you know what? We're up on here on a Saturday, and we got Ryan Zimmerman, Mr. National. It's going to join us later on the show. He's up here. We're watching along, and obviously, if you're watching the Orioles game, if you blinked, you would have seen that the Rays are up 4-0. And I mean, literally, I was trying to, fix these lights or talking to someone, shaking hands, kissing babies, and I look up and it's
I was setting up stuff, and all of a sudden, I see a homer almost hit the warehouse from the Rays, and I'm like, oh, well, this is, they got to come back again. So maybe they can do it. Maybe they won't. Who knows?
Well, it's ironic, right, with the Baltimore Orioles yesterday being able to come back. Well, I'm looking at this camera. Hey, coming back yesterday, being down 6-0 and putting up a 22 spot, especially against the same team where they were they were up 8-0, and the Rays came back. Irony, right? But right now, Tampa Bay is striking back in game 2 of the series. Zack Efflin's already out of the game, and maybe we have to have a conversation about what's kind of going on with Zack Efflin, because to me, guys, personally, yep, he's having struggles, but I'm curious if he is actually fully healthy.
Yeah, he left with back tightness.
And you know what I'm worried about with that? And where do you think I'm going to go with this?
Flat.
And I want to explain that a little bit more in detail as we get going with the show. We have some guests that are going to join on, so we will talk about that here in a little bit. But we have a couple guests actually planned. So first off, I just mentioned Ryan Zimmerman's going to join us later on in the show. We'll catch up with him, Mr. National. And we have a few items here that we're going to be able to give away from Mr. National. We got a hat, a ball. I don't think we're giving away. No, we're not giving away the duck.
Giving away
Kevin.
the duck. But
the
well,
ducks, we could.
Ryan Ripken signed duck.
Signed duck.
There were a lot of ducks over there. We were promised ducks, and they delivered.
So there are a whole lot of ducks, but we're going to have a chance where Hollywood Casino is going to allow us to give this away. And actually a special surprise, which Zim doesn't know about this yet, but you guys are hearing this first. I brought 2 of my bats that I actually ended up using that model when I played. And the model that I used was Ryan Zimmerman's bat model and the exact weight and length of the bat. So I'm hoping that he'll sign that bat with me. And if you guys want a 34.5-inch, 33.5-ounce Ryan Ripken bat that's a Ryan Zimmerman model, well, maybe that will be given away today
let's go.
as well. It's about the size of Kevin.
It is,
in height and weight.
And maybe.
And then the other guest, though, because they're bright in the mood, who doesn't love some good pups? I love my pup. You guys know Ollie, official studio pup of the year again for the second consecutive year. But we're going to have Thin Line Service Dogs on to talk about how they are helping veterans and disabled first responders with golden retrievers as service animals. So I got to meet Holly, and Holly has a trading card right here.
Yeah.
Holly is adorable.
That is
She's 6
awesome.
months old. And the cool thing also, to honor those that have fallen first responders or veterans, Holly was named after someone that lost their life. And it's actually on the back of the trading card. And I think it's a really nice honor. And it's also a way to help those that have gone through so much pain. So they're going to join us here upcoming. And you'll get to see Holly right on the screen. Adorable. 11 out of 10. You know what? She gives Ollie a run for his money. Really does. But all that and a whole lot more here on the Ryan Ripken Show. So if you're new to the channel, hit that like and subscribe button. We know it's a Saturday, and we appreciate you tuning in with us. But why don't we talk about this, because it's the first topic. We will talk about other Major League Baseball conversations. Zach, there was a no-hitter that could have possibly been that I know is a very contentious talking point. We'll get into that. But for now, let's start with Zack Efflin because it's in the moment. So right now, we're watching Scott Blewett. He's in the game in the third inning. Zack Efflin leaves with back tightness. So you guys know earlier in the year, Zack Efflin was put on the IL with a lat injury. And you know what? For a lat injury, he came back pretty darn quickly. And the reality is, which is unfortunate for him, is I think that he came back because he felt the urge and the need for the team to get him back with all the injuries. But Zach, Kev, I don't think he was healthy from the start. And since he's come back, and maybe Zach, or can you pull up stats for Zack Efflin since he's come back from his IL stint? And while you're doing that, Kev, I mean, the results haven't been there for Zach. And I don't think it's because he all of a sudden lost his powers to pitch. He just doesn't look like a guy that seems like himself from a health perspective.
Yeah, and we know that the Orioles have needed pitching badly this year. They've gone through a string of guys, and Efflin going out for that time. I mean, they missed him because he's been highly productive since coming to Baltimore. And so, maybe he thought that he needed to get back a little quicker. And I know that lat injuries are nothing to scoff at, Ryan. I know you know that, and it's difficult because, they need Zack Efflin to be at his best, especially with Grayson still down, Kyle Bradish, still coming back, and who knows if he'll come back this year or not. But, Efflin was the guy that stepped up in that number one role for them while all these guys were out, and, he did it admirably. But now that he is back, it just feels like the command is off. He doesn't have control of his pitches as much. He's not hitting his zones. He's leaving them all out there for hitters to hit. And, it would have been they're in the same situation today the Rays were in yesterday, where Pepio goes 1 2/3 and their bullpen is just exhausted. And now the Orioles are going to have to find a way here today with Scott Blewett to hopefully go 2-3 and get the rest of the guys going. But, this is a lot more of a long-term concern than just today, it looks like.
Yeah, I mean, look, we're going to go back for a second here. For Zack Efflin, the Orioles won 3 of his first 4 starts. He didn't allow more than 3 earned runs in any of those first 4 starts, right? And then he ended up trying to battle back. And since he's been back, it hasn't been good. And specifically the last 2 outings, Zach. I mean, So he had a 3 ERA in March and April to start. But then since he's come back, the month of June hasn't been favorable. Can you read off some of the stats right now?
Yeah, so, I mean, we talked about since his injury. He's had 8 starts since coming back from injury. He's 4-3 with a 6.49 ERA. Let me see how many innings. He's pitched 43 innings. So really, I mean, you look at it, and over his recent starts, it's the, New York last time. You go out there, 6 runs in 3 innings, 7 runs in 5 innings to Tampa last week. Then you had that little stretch where you felt like he got back. 6 2/3, only 1 earned run against Detroit. He went 6 innings, 3 earned against Seattle, and then the 7 shutout versus Chicago. And you felt like he was starting to maybe get back into form. And then, I mean, the past 3 starts, obviously added today where he only went 1 inning, gives up 4. It feels like it's just been a different Zack Efflin. You can tell in little things. It's the way he commands the ball. It's getting the soft contact. It's whether it's, it feels like Zack Efflin's not a guy that you see give up many 460-foot home runs. Like he's not usually that guy. So when you see stuff like that, you're like, okay, it felt like something was off. Things were hanging up more than usual for Zack Efflin. And hopefully if he does have to go on the IL or whatever happens, with him coming out of the game, if he's good, I think, over time, you have to wait for him to get back to health because, I mean, Kevin, how many times have we talked about this with Tyler Wells, with Grayson Rodriguez, with Kyle Bradish? It's do not rush these guys back because long-term, you want to have these guys. Like you would rather have them long-term healthy than try to push it this year, come back like Zack Efflin might have done too quickly, and then you find yourself in that situation where you're like, crap.
Yeah.
Here we are.
And that's a conversation not only for yes, the Orioles haven't been played up to their standards this year, and is it worth bringing these guys back quickly or quicker in a season like this? But that's just a conversation for any time. You want to take the more cautious approach to make sure that you're not in this situation, exactly what you were talking about. And what you said we've talked about forever here, where, again, who knows what the situation looked like? Maybe he was like at 90%, but he tweaked something and now it's a different conversation. But you never want to see stuff like this, because I remember living through it with Bradish last year. And I remember we had Yoni on the show multiple times and he's just like, yeah, this is a ticking time bomb. And I will never forget you falling out of your seat when he said that. But it's the reality. It's the unfortunate reality of some of these injuries where, if you re-aggravate them and you're not back, and who knows if Efflin was or not, I don't want to speculate, but if he wasn't, and this happens, now you lose him for, is it the rest of the season? Is it a month or two? So we'll have to wait and see what it is, but, definitely concerning.
And right now, and we'll continue this conversation, but Zack Efflin now, over his last 3 outings, 17 earned runs in 9 innings of work. So for Zack Efflin, it's unfortunate. We'll explain a little bit more about all of that and a whole heck of a lot more. But I can see Wayne with Holly ready to rock and roll here in a few minutes. Holly is adorable. I mean, honestly, I love Ollie, and Ollie is, you know how I feel about my dog. Am I biased about him? Absolutely. Just like you're biased, Kevin, about Banksy. He might be the most adorable 3-legged cat in the world.
Yeah, well, Meyer gives him a run for his money with 4 legs.
Well, I was going to say with 4 legs. We were talking 3 legs.
Cutest 3-leg cat, cutest 4-leg cat. It works. It works. 7 total legs between 2 animals.
But,
I didn't really factor that part in. But I think we're ready to rock and roll if we want to do it.
All right, let's do it. All right, I'll get up here so we can welcome in Holly.
And do you want some food, Kevin?
I might, the food here is good. I might take you up on that offer.
Yeah, Lindsay, while we do it, can Kevin get some food? He's saving up for the tequila shot a little bit later. We're moving over, and Wayne, we're going to put you in the middle if that's okay.
Go.
And I can take care of the camera here, Zach, right? Yeah, perfect. We'll move it in. Zach, we got to move it over. Come on in, yeah. Come on in. What's the best side? You tell me.
I don't know. It's a little new for her, so.
Oh, Holly. Oh, hi. We'll have to get a good shot of you in a little bit here. But joining us now is Wayne with Thin Line Service Dogs. And so I already gave a little bit of the spark notes on what you guys are doing, but I'll let you fill it in more. But the idea behind this is service dogs that help veterans and disabled first responders. And I want you just to talk about it because I know how much it means to you and how much of an impact it can have for those around.
Okay, so we provide service dogs for our disabled first responders and veterans at no cost to them. We're a nonprofit organization, 501(c). So we breed our own dogs, we train our own dogs, and we, for the first 18 months, it's mostly just behavioral stuff, getting out events like this, learning how to interact within crowds and stuff like that, and some basic commands that we'll build on later. After that initial 18 months, depending on what the person needs that they're going to, we'll figure that out, who they're going to. So that person's specific needs, then they'll go to specialized training at that point for either 2 to 6 more months. And they will be trained for specific tasks to help that individual that they go to.
Well, I got to say, Holly, I know you said she's 6 months, if I remember you saying that correctly. 6 months, way better behaved than my 3-year-old golden retriever. With everyone on our show, I bring Ollie into my studio. He's the best studio pup in the country. I'm biased, but that's the word on the street. He's not as behaved. But also, for all the service dogs, all Goldens, you guys specifically are the ones that are actually breeding to help with the process and even from a financial standpoint, which is a big help. But who doesn't love a golden retriever? I think is the other, right? That's kind of how I feel. I already feel better right now, but talk about even the ones that aren't maybe the ones that are going to end up being service dogs, but they still can serve a purpose and they've helped so many people.
Yeah. So some of the dogs are just too sociable. Yeah. A good service dog wants to serve one person. them being golden retrievers, they're very social dogs.
Yeah.
So the ones that are too social, we still want to utilize them for our disabled or for our first responders and our veterans. So we'll donate them to a police department, a fire department, a VA center. They can be used on the peer support teams for the departments, what we call a crisis response dog. So in their normal training, they'll learn to pick up on stress cues that people give off. For example, somebody, their legs hopping up and down.
Yeah.
That's a thing that shows sometimes that people are under stress, hands in their face. So that's part of their training. They learn to interrupt those, to recognize those and interrupt them. So they're already trained to pick up on stress cues. So these peer support teams, they come in after a traumatic event for our first responders and veterans, usually stuff that, involves children or, something that's very high stressful for our first responders. So they can bring the dog in there. The dog can recognize which people are having some stress, and they can go and interact with those people. They'll actually seek those people out. It's very interesting to see them actually work in a situation like that. Petting a dog helps release chemicals in your body that helps you slow your heart rate, to reduce your blood pressure, to slow your breathing. It's all good stuff that helps reduce some of that stress. And science out there shows if you get somebody to smile or laugh within an hour of a traumatic event, the likelihood of PTSD setting in reduces. So getting a dog there, let them pet them, let them interact there, then maybe let them throw a ball with them, and maybe bring a smile to their face, or maybe the dog will do something goofy. I mean, they're golden retrievers.
They're so goofy dogs.
So that person will laugh, and hopefully you're preventing that PTSD from setting in on them.
Yeah, it's funny. The pets, dogs, specifically, one, very intelligent.
Yes.
Goldens, very loving, very goofy. Goofy is an understatement. And even though I know there's so many great qualities that they're going to have, one of the greatest things is that sensation and feeling that you're loved, right?
Absolutely.
That you can feel the love, and they reciprocate it. And that's one little thing with it, right? But I think the whole message of what you're trying to do and help make a difference is met so much. And the other part of naming then the dog. So Holly, in this case, trading card here, by the way. Everyone's got a trading card. Also, great photo, right, by the way.
Thank you.
But Holly, just like the other service dogs, are named after those that have lost their lives. Am I correct?
Yeah, we name all of our dogs in honor of first responders and veterans. We always get permission from the families because we don't want to be using somebody's name without permission. So we get permission with their families. And a lot of times the families get involved with it. And it really brings relief to them also. And another way to honor their lost loved ones. So, yeah, it's something we take a lot of pride in. We learn a lot of great stories about people that have sacrificed for our freedom and for our safety in the community. So it's a way to pay back.
So before I let you get up, and we'll get everyone to get can we get a quick photo of Holly then in a moment after we do that, before we do that, where can everyone find out more information with Thin Line Service Dogs?
You could go to, of course, you can Google search Thin Line Service Dogs, but tlsd.org is our website. We're always looking for people to help volunteer, help us raise these dogs, train these dogs, and financial help is always a big help too.
Perfect. And then I'm seeing a little bit here. You're on the social media side of it as well, right?
Facebook, yeah. Actually, each of our dogs has their own Facebook site too, so that you can follow their story and who they're helping and along their training along the way. Amazing.
Because then in this case, at TLSD Holly is one way to follow on Facebook, if I'm seeing that right.
Yes, sir.
Well, perfect. Well, we'll let you go, but before you guys can see, Holly is taking a little siesta on my foot right now, and I love it. Do you mind if we could stand up and get a quick photo and picture over here?
Of course.
Zach, you mind moving the camera for a second? Or Kevin?
Holly, come on, girl.
Holly, come here. Holly's just taking, you know what? I don't blame Holly. It's Saturday. You just want to relax, a little tired, you know? You know what always motivates a golden retriever? A little bit of food. Yeah, we're gonna just so we can get a little shot. Or actually, let's move that. Just move over there. Oh. There's Holly. Oh. Zach or Kev, you want to say hi real quick? Oh no, they got the vest on, so can't say hi. Don't say hi. Do you want to say hi if he takes the vest off? Oh, it's good. Now the vest's off. You guys want to say hi? Are you afraid of golden retrievers, Kevin?
Holly and I go back and forth.
Yeah. So right here, this has actually been one of the.
Actually, the same height as Kevin.
Yeah, Holly and Kevin are the same height. If we got the measuring stick out, it's about the same. So adorable. And again, if you guys know someone or people that are interested, Thin Line Services Dogs is a great way to help in the process. Star of the show. Ollie is. You know what's going to happen now is Jamie's going to want another one, golden retriever, because I'm going to show her this, and she's going to go, "Why aren't we having another one?" Goldens make people feel better. Absolutely adorable, amazing. Yeah, come back, come on.
I just wanted to thank Hollywood Casino. They're actually sponsoring all of Holly's training, so they're sponsoring her as far as food, training, and all that. So they're covering all the costs for her. So Hollywood Casino really does support their veterans and their first responders.
Hollywood Casino up here, why we've had such a great time, Wayne. One, we like to have fun. It's a great place to have fun, but putting the right pieces in place for people to have success and wanting to give back,
Absolutely.
Wanting to help others. That's the thing that I've loved. I'm big on relationships, right?
Yes, sir.
And you want to interact with people that want to help others in need. And so I'm so happy to hear that. And they told me, I guess one of the first times I came up here, they said, you're going to have to meet Wayne at some point. And so this is, hey, the Orioles, we're from Baltimore. It's not going too well right now. It's 5-0. But you talk about just having a pet and that smile brightens the whole day. So, Wayne, I appreciate your time. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ryan.
And hope to see you around.
All righty. Yes, sir.
Thank you. Bye,
Thank you.
Holly. Bye. Bye-bye. Oh, one more pet. I'm telling you, the pets make you feel better. And, hey, if you're new to the channel, hit that like and subscribe button. Ryan Ripken Show. We're live up at Hollywood Casino at Charlestown Races in West Virginia. Holly is adorable. Absolutely adorable. And, Kevin, you got some food.
I did. I got the for me, breakfast of champions, which is
Kevin, it's too low. You got to raise it up.
No, go.
Oh, there you go. So we got boneless. Boneless.
You got to raise it way more. Oh, no. Okay. Here. You're gonna.
Kevin, now we're way out of hand. If you're watching the Orioles game, this will help you. Oh, we lost the camera. Nice. Lost the camera. Perfect. No, the camera's just out, like on the HDMI. So we're trying to figure out chicken nuggets or boneless buffalo wings, or I think that they're still boneless are still wings, in my opinion. I don't think they're still chicken nuggets. But I digress. Oh, is it back in? It's back in. So, guys, it's been a great day so far. Ryan Zimmerman's here. He's signing for the good people. He's going to join the show later. Can't wait for that. We're watching the Orioles not playing too well. I did see a guy with a huge head sitting in the front row. I think he left at least the seats. I know he's not leaving the game. He's making his rounds. Heck, they did a bobblehead for the guy. Which, did you guys see the crowds beforehand?
Yeah.
They really did. They were here. They were rocking and rolling. They were
Great
rocking
atmosphere.
and rolling. Great atmosphere. And you know what? Because we are here for a little bit. We're here for, not here for the longest time, but we're here for a pretty good amount of time. So we're going to have a good time. And I can see right now, Joey. You can see him over there. Joey. Hey.
Oh, I didn't.
Good to see you,
I
Joey.
didn't even know he was over there.
He's back. So
let's
as Joey knows, we'll have to have him on a little bit later. And as a group, you come up to Hollywood Casino, we do a little celebratory shots, a little sip and smile. Kevin Osterreich.
Actually, see, this is my sip and smile. Gin and tonic. All right, this is the best drink in the world. So this is this instead of tequila shots. Okay, this is easier. This one, so you just sip it like this. See, as if you want, you can savor the flavor like this. See, there are multiple ways to enjoy. All right, there's not just one. There's not just one way. So I'm prefacing for later when I am struggling through my tequila shot, but it doesn't. It looks like I'm struggling, but I'm not actually. It's just a way to savor it,
All right.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah. So, sure. I award you no points, Kevin.
Well,
may
that's
God
rude.
have mercy on your soul. But hey, gin and tonic is good.
Oh yeah.
I just, as you guys know, I'm a big tequila guy. I'm a big deep Eddie vodka guy, as we know. The crushes left and right. We're not having crushes up here. Our thing is having tequila shots up in Hollywood Casino Charlestown races in
West Virginia.
Oh, you're sticking with me. I see you, Zach. All right, so the O's are still trailing 5-0. The news and report, if you've missed it, Zack Efflin is removed from the game after the first, not because that it was performance, which you can say, but they say because of back tightness. So we will get a lot more of that information as we go. But unfortunately for the Orioles, having a guy leave, another starting pitcher, by the way, not the recipe that you want to hear. And you also wonder, on a side note, you are still a month away from the trade deadline. What does that mean long term?
Mm-hmm.
What is the trade value for Zack Efflin? Where in my mind, once you have an injury that happens, it's really hard to get back to feeling right. I don't care what people say. You're never back to 100%. And Zack Efflin didn't take a lot of time off. Yeah. He was ready to rock and roll. And I think that while I applaud that and I applaud him going out there and doing everything he can do to help the team, in this case, it might have been something that in the long run was starting to set him back, because over his last 3 outings, like we just discussed before, 17 earned runs over the last 9 innings pitched. And if we're counting today's numbers, he has given up, I'm going back to it real quickly. In those 17 innings, he has given up 27 hits.
Wow.
So 27 hits, 17 earned runs. Whammy, not ideal for Zack Efflin of the Baltimore Orioles. But this has kind of been the status so far with the Orioles so far in some of these division series, right? You win a big game. You kind of, so far, this has been all Rays. And then you get to that rubber match type of game, right? And that's been something for the Orioles of winning the rubber match. If they're going to want to get back into this dance, they're going to have to win series against their division rivals. And if one game is dominated by the other, you got to find a way to win that rubber match. The Orioles, I think, are 3-10 in rubber match games this year.
Yeah, which, I mean, we've talked about all the time is not going to – that's simply not going to – that's one sideline. It's simply not going to cut it. When you – to win, be a winning baseball team right now, you need to be able to take those – that's the difference between a good and bad team. That's the difference between finishing, with 70 wins and finishing with 90 wins, is the ability to, win series. It doesn't matter if you win the first game or the second game. When it comes down to a series, you need to put together, you can win the first 2, you can win the second 2, you can win the first and the third. It doesn't matter how you do it. It all comes down to winning series. And the Orioles have struggled to do that this season. That's the matter. That's the fact of it. It's like you said, it's been in the big moments when they've had an opportunity to put a series away, to get a series win. They've been unable to capitalize. And I think when you look back on their season, that's the biggest takeaway. It's always been the little things. It's, costing a series there. Okay. Or you lose the first 2 games and you're up in the third game and then you somehow blow it and you still get swept. It's like they're unable to capitalize and win series. And when they fall behind in series, it feels like they let the other team put them away.
Yeah.
I mean, look, overall right now, guys, it's been a frustrating year, to say the least. And right now they are at the midway point, right? They are 81 games in. At this point, this is 82. And for them to battle back, there's only so much amount of time that you can have to consider yourself still in it. The 7.5 isn't, or the 7.5, whatever it is right now that they're behind in the standings. I got to check it right now. Did they gain a game technically last night?
No, they're still 7.
So they're still 7 from the last playoff spot. It's not that the 7 games isn't, at least you're looking at it going, man, that's all right, we can climb. It's that there's 6 or 7 teams in front of them.
Mhm.
And that means that those 6 and 7 teams have to have consistent struggles at some point, or the Orioles just have to be so damn elite and have a win percentage of 630 or 50 down the stretch where you're going, damn, the boys are buzzing. Baseball is hard, but doing the little things fundamentally has been the Achilles heel for this team. Talked with Ken Griffey Jr. on Monday. The interview drops tomorrow, by the way. Maybe we'll play some of those clips if you want to get a little frisky. We'll do that.
Let's do it.
But Ken mentioned fundamentals. He goes, I wasn't trying to make the big play or the play that could win the game.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that one moment where we talk about, you know, that big hit in the 10th inning. Like people looked at Dylan Carlson the other day where the Orioles couldn't get the run in with less than 2 outs. Yes, that's a part. Oh, boy.
Oh, no. That got out in a hurry.
And as we're talking, the Rays are trying to put up 22 today.
Hey.
We might be getting the tequila shots out early and often here at Hollywood Casino.
Well, 8-0. Who saw that in the Orioles Rays series before, and what happened after that?
Here it is.
You haven't talked dirty to me.
You know what? I blame the bobbleheads.
It is.
Yeah.
Oh, the Rays honoring Cal. Honoring Cal. That's classy by the Rays. Classy.
8-0. Well, this is the thing, too. Like, when you are in the spot you're at, and Ryan, just kind of piggybacking off what you said, there is so much that you feel like you have to bite off every game, where you have so much pressure on you. And I kind of joke around that, like, the Orioles are the no expectation merchants, where, like, yesterday they go down 6-0. No one expects them to win the game. And then here they are. And they come back and make it, you know, a game. But, hey, when they're up 8-0, there's all this pressure to finish the game, and then they can't do it. But you have to literally take it one game at a time. And I know that it's such a hard thing to do, because especially when you're hovering 10, 11, 12 games under 500, you feel like you have to get it all back at once. And I know, Zach, you and I have talked about this all the time on Kevin and Zach React, where, you know, there's a lot that they have to do, but all you can do is take it one game at a time. Yes, you're going to have to go on some 6-game winning streaks, 8-game winning streaks to get back in this thing. But if you think of it that way, you're probably going to get in over your head at some point. And what we've seen with this Orioles team is, like, they've gotten momentum, but then they've squandered it away, where it seems like, oh, hey, this was a really good win. Hopefully they can build. Oh, no, they get one hit the next day.
And Kevin, I mean, like you said, we talk about that all the time. The most frustrating part is, you know, we talk about, oh, do the Orioles, you know, the 1 step forward, 2 steps back. It's like they take the 1 step forward and then they start to take that second step. And instead of, okay, now they're taking it, they stumble on their own feet and then fall 2 steps back. It's like, it's not even that they're just like, okay, win a game, okay, lose 2. It's like they win a game, a massive game that you're like, okay, this could be momentum. They go up by 2-3 runs. They have a big comeback the next game, but then they fall flat. And then all of a sudden they lose that game. And you're like, it's more frustrating than just, oh, they just lost the game. It's like they've had plenty of times where you felt like the momentum was shifting. You felt like, oh, crap, it is there. Like they are taking last night's momentum and, you know, putting it into today. Hell, they had that big comeback they went out, lost 7-1 to the Rays, come out the next game, 5-1 win. You're like, okay, build some momentum off it. They go up 8-0 the next game. And you're like, awesome, here we go. Let's keep the pedal on the metal. Nope.
Yeah.
It's like, then they fall flat. And that's a frustrating part of it.
I mean, personally, guys, you know, I like losing. Feels good.
Well,
who doesn't like losing, right? It's the best. You ever been in a locker room when you lost 13 in a row? Feels great.
You know, I feel like I have been there based off the stories you've told me about it.
Oh, well, yeah, there are. So, like, the hardest thing right now for these guys is you're realizing you're not reaching the potential. You're tired in the season, and you're scratching and clawing. There's still this unknown. and it sucks. And I know for fans out there, I feel for the fans because what do they want more than anything in Baltimore? You want a World Series. You want it. You want the opportunity. Just hasn't happened in 42 years. So when you have these moments where you're expected to be better, frustration sets in, you know? And it's not like when you're looking at, let's just say the Yankees who haven't won a World Series in 15 years, right?
Losers.
So for the Yanks, though, their fan base is frustrated because the expectation is for them to go to the World Series each year and win. But are they contending more years than not? Absolutely, right? Tampa Bay, with their style, third most wins in baseball over the last 15 years. They are contending consistently to be competitive. The more that you're competitive, the better opportunities you're going to have. And there's a lot of time left here. But for Baltimore, you're hoping they're competitive from when 2022 happened, and you're hoping it's for the next 10 years after that.
Yeah.
But right now, you could have some missteps, and certainly right now, this feels like a year where if they're not able to get some things together here over the next month, it might be really looking towards 2026. And look, it could end up going that way. But if you stay in the race long enough, crazier things have happened. Heck, our guest, he's going to join us in like 5-10 minutes. We can ask him about in 2019, where the Washington Nationals sat at 19-31.
Well, it's a good thing they gave up on the season.
Yeah. You know what? We should say the new petition is to cancel baseball seasons after 50 games. Yeah. If your team is not actually, they should have been eliminated. It should have been you reached a certain threshold of losses.
Yeah.
And we bang it.
Every month, if you have X amount of losses, you're done. It's just a month by month. That's how you do it.
If you lose a series, you're gone. Final team with standing. It's just playoffs immediately.
Maybe that's a new reality.
Start the playoffs the second the season starts.
Do you know how good of a reality show that could be?
That'd actually be fun if you just started the playoffs to say. I'd actually want to maybe do that.
Random draw of like there's no seeding. It's just random draw.
I do seeding from last year.
No, Yankees Dodgers face round one. It happens. Roll of the dice.
I would love a style of once like a series, lose and you're done.
Yeah.
Lose the series and you're done.
That'd be what, a 20-game season? 30-game season?
What?
If you did that? All 30 teams would be like 30 games, 40 games?
Well, then if a team loses after one series, half the teams would be eliminated. You know?
Yeah, so 30.
After 30 games.
Well, yeah, but then then the top seed gets a bye. You know what? Work in progress. We'll get there.
We'll talk to corporate about it. Yeah. Just like we'll talk to corporate about getting the Jackson Holiday coconut bobblehead. That will be the next thing that people want, because clearly the Iron Man one is not doing the trick today for the Orioles down 8-0.
Not bringing them luck. Not bringing them luck whatsoever.
Well,
but you know,
I know why they're losing, but it's okay. I know. Kobe Mayo.
Well, okay. Deal on that. Well,
all
guys,
right.
We're gonna kick some of you guys out of here. Not that we don't love you. We got to make room for our guest coming on. We can ask him about winning and losing in the process here. Man, yeah, we're ready whenever you are. Also, Zach, could you get the bat from back there? Cool. So sitting down. So we're live, just so you know, by the way.
All right.
I mean,
now we're good.
We're good. We're great. So here with Ryan Zimmerman, Mr. National, by the way, right? That's the nickname?
That's what they tell me.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So I've become close friends with, here we go. There you are.
Now we're live.
Now we're live. I've been.
Do I need to put these on and be official, or what are we doing?
If you want to hear a little bit better, but
that's probably good.
Then you can hear yourself. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's better.
Hey, you're starting to get into
do
a little
media
bit
now,
of
so I know this.
You're a media guy now. Unbelievable.
I've gone to the dark side.
Ryan Zimmerman, Zim media guy. I gotta ask. We were talking about losing seasons and losing and making a comeback. You guys had a really good comeback in 2019. Ended up being the year you won it. Not the teams that won 100 games.
Yep.
And you thought you'd win the World Series. Can you talk about what the impression or feeling was when you just had so much failure for the first 2 months of a year?
Right. Well, I think you learn. Everyone thinks winning's easy, and we can talk about the Orioles 2 years ago when they get into the playoffs. Everyone's like, "Oh, this team, it's hard to win in the playoffs." Yeah. Very rarely does a team make the playoffs their first time, go deep in the playoffs, let alone win the World Series. I think you have to learn how to win at that level. But we failed a ton in the first round. I mean, when we got there, it was pretty much every other year we'd make the playoffs and then lose in the first round, and it sucked. And then next year you're like, oh, this will be the year. And but I truly believe that going through all those failures helped us in 19. And not everyone was there for all the failures before, but that team in 19, I said it before, like I think that group of guys is the only group that could have come back from that 19 and 31 start, because we had such a veteran team where nobody really panicked. Wasn't ideal. I mean, nobody wants to start.
No one wants to be 19 and 31.
No one wants to be 19 and 31 and have like that team meeting where you're like, all right, guys, we can either start making plans for October 1st with our families, or we can kind of step up. And we knew we were good. We had a couple injuries, and then I think the difference is those years where we almost won 100 games. Like the second week in September, you've locked in your playoff spot, and you're competing, so you're still going out there every night. But when you got to play till the very end to get into the wild card, and we see this in all of sports. I mean, the Caps did the same thing the year before.
They did.
They would win, best record in the league, and then lose first, second round. There's something to be said for being hot going into the playoffs, and we knew that we were kind of that team. If we could make the playoffs, nobody was going to want to play, and I think we kind of relished that role.
Yeah, and then really you slayed a dragon in that year too, because the wild card game, I think Hader was pitching, right?
Yep.
Soto hits the ball to right.
Yep.
Ball gets underneath the right fielder's glove. I feel bad, and it happens in the biggest moments, by the way, where players are human. They're going to make mistakes. Ball gets by. You guys win that game. Then changes the outcome.
Yep.
Then you get rolling. And then you steamrolled all the way, get into the World Series. And by steamrolled, I meant you found ways to win. And then you're battling with the Stros on the road.
Yep.
And you find a way.
The Milwaukee the Milwaukee game was crazy. And then the Dodgers series was sort of like, I feel like it was always the Dodgers or the Cardinals that we were playing.
All the time.
We played the Giants a little bit, but the Cardinals were always seemed like who we were playing, and beating the Dodgers in that division series was huge, obviously. But to beat a team like that, between them and then Houston, who we beat in the World Series, people are saying, those teams could have split their teams in half and still had teams that could have beat other teams. They were the super teams or whatever. So, it's just, I feel like the best stories always have some sort of stuff like that, and then winning all the games on the road in the World Series, which had never happened before.
Yeah, you guys were allergic to victories at home.
It was just a weird year,
I mean, did it ever cross your mind with that of being? I guess it's a confidence because you're like, oh, we're finishing on the road here. But did you ever actually have that moment of damn, we actually haven't won at home in the World Series?
Well, fans will come up and they'll be like, hey, World Series is great. Wish you could have won a game at home. I'm like, hey, take it easy.
Yeah. Would you? Okay. Let's play this Let's play this hypothetical.
Yeah.
We win 2 games at home and lose the World Series.
Yeah. Well, you talk about start on the road, beat Garrett Cole in game 1.
Yeah.
Who hadn't lost since May or June or something crazy.
Yeah.
Beat Verlander in game 2. So we're flying home oh man, this is great. All we got to do is win 1 and we're in the driver's seat. Let's just win 2 out of 3. Win the World Series at home. This is going to be great. First game, Greinke, I think it was Greinke pitched, and we hit line drives everywhere, and we're just kind of a bad luck game.
Yeah.
I mean, they played well, and then we kind of got our ass kicked the next 2 games where we were like, holy cow. And after that game, Davey was huge on you're going to lose games. So don't go in there and be quiet. You're not going to celebrate like you won, but don't act like the world's ending because you lost the game. It's baseball. Nobody goes undefeated. The best teams are going to lose 55, 60 games, 65 games, whatever it is. So we had a meeting after that game. We're like, hey, basically the message was when we were 19 and 31, if we all said all we had to do was win 2 games in a row to win the World Series, and we had Strasburg and Scherzer lined up, we would have all taken it. So we were like, let's just go do something that nobody's ever done before. And I think we kind of knew it was going to happen, I guess. But it was that group of guys is special.
Yeah, well, and also, so I mean, I don't know if you knew, but maybe you did, that I was with the organization. I got drafted there in 2014.
Yep.
So I just remember when you talked about the years, you guys were really good. And I remember being there, go to spring training, the minor leagues every year for those like 3 years and be like, we have a standard. I could just feel the tension of, man, if the big league team wins a series in the playoffs, I think we can all relax. And I remember one of our coaches said, it starts all the way down here. And I go, I just want to point something out here in A-ball. I am not directly impacting this team, but I get the message.
Right.
It's a structural thing. But I talked to Jason Worth a couple times.
Yep.
And he had some thoughts on even like the scheduling of when you had to play in the postseason. And you guys didn't necessarily get good time slots either. That's not an excuse for it, but shadow ball for baseball is brutal. You guys got rewarded, though, for being the top team and playing at a tough circumstance. Now, the other team, I think it was the Cardinals. Cardinals are dealing with the same thing.
Yep.
It's man,
it is funny. You play pretty much all year at 1 or 7. There's a lot more 4 o'clocks now, and then it's like we only have this many teams left. Can we just not put them? And obviously it's for TV and ratings. And we play LA so much and things like, when you're on the West Coast, you're not playing a 7 o'clock game out there. I mean, if it's the World Series that's starting at 8 o'clock, 5 o'clock out there, they don't care about the shadows. They don't want anything. But yeah, we would always get some tough times. But like you said, the other team's got to play in it. And but he is right. Playoff baseball, sometimes you're sitting there, you're like, we grind all year. And now we're sitting here facing Kershaw at, 350, where you can't even see anything.
Good luck.
Yeah. Good luck with him at 7 o'clock on a normal night. Him in shadows is not fun, but nothing better than playoff baseball.
Yeah, I'm glad you got one. Yeah. Of all the guys you embodied with the organization, you're beloved. You're the first pick. And I want to talk more about stuff at a different time because I'll bother you about your journey with it because I always like the conversations. And for now, we're a little bit limited. But for the time being, I did want to talk to you about one thing because I don't know if you knew this part. But so you had a lot of bats.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
So I actually used your bats. I don't know if you knew that.
I remember sending some.
Oh yeah, sent. I got some sent. I actually I kept a couple that are broken.
Okay.
I couldn't find those because Calvin, they're have you seen the Iron Man bobblehead, by the way? Do you want one?
I would love one.
Would you really?
Yeah.
Well, it's not. I think it's the curse of the bobblehead. The birds are getting smoked right now. But so those bats, I still have. You had a blue and maybe a shade like this, but you had a blue one, and I think this is still the same dimensions. Do you remember your bat weight and out or
so
and
for
length?
A while, I was like a 34 and a half, 33 and a half.
Yep.
And then towards the end, I was a 34 and a half, 32 and a half.
So that's exactly right.
Okay.
So this is a 34 and a half, 33 and a half.
Yeah.
I have the 32 and a half at home, but is that the same type of model? It's the RZ11.
Yeah, that's it. And it's funny, like people, when they started doing all the testing on the bats, this knob got outlawed because it broke and shattered too much, according to MLB. So if you weren't grandfathered in, they stopped making these. But this is a pretty one right here.
Yeah, well, were you a Rollinsmore or Louisville guy with
So I was Louisville. So I started, like, when I was young, I used a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
And, when you're young, you're using different types, different whatever. And then Adam Dunn actually got me in on this bat. And I had always used like a normal size bat, like a 34, 31, 34, 32. That's what most people use. And then Dunner's like, come on, man, you're a big guy. Like, what are you using that small bat for? I'm like, well, look at your bat. And he's like, no, the handle offsets the weight. And he's like, if you can use a heavier bat, all you got to do is touch it and the ball goes. And all he had to do was touch it.
Yeah, literally.
He was a little bit bigger than me. But so I started using that. And his was a Louisville. And, we did some Marucci. We did some Rawlings. We did a little bit of everything. But, they all make good bats. But it was more like the handle that offsets the weight. And once I started using it, I couldn't switch.
Yeah, well, then you also, I mean, you can keep holding it or I can hold it. I just don't want to, I mean,
it's yours.
Well, I'm actually going to, if you don't mind, I might have you and me sign it, and I'm going to end up giving it away.
Of course.
And I'll give the other one. I got another one I want to give to Chris. So if I remember correctly, then humor me with the baseball side. I know this is where I'm a geeky like this. I grew up Ripken, baseball.
No way. You guys like baseball? That's fun.
Well, like at times.
Yeah. Well,
if you talk to my dad enough about baseball, like you really got to like it if you want to talk to him about certain things, right?
Yeah.
And as a young kid, I don't know if I liked it at the time, but I'm so, like, in all seriousness, I was thankful we had those conversations because I do love it.
100%.
But now it makes me notice these types of things.
Yeah.
You say you're not a big dude. You still are a big dude. But you stood off the plate when I'd watch you. And this is a 34.5-inch bat. So if you got up on the dish and you laid this out, this would almost go into the other batter's box, right? So can you talk about how you positioned yourself, especially with using the bigger stick?
Yeah, and I was off the plate. That's just kind of how I always hit. And it's funny, I was off the plate, but people always wanted to pitch me in. That was the book on me, like sinkers in, hard in, like white line in. White line, people don't know, is basically the white line of the batter's box off the plate. And like my whole approach hitting was right center. Like I loved hitting the ball the other way. And I talk to kids about this now. Like they're like, "Oh, I'm not getting to the pitch in. I'm not getting to the pitch in." I'm like, "Well, just don't look for the pitch in." I'm like, "How many times has a pitcher ever thrown 3 strikes, like right on the inside corner that you've taken and you've walked back to the dugout?" And I'm like, "I'm going to tell you, it's probably 0."
Yeah.
So like, we say this all the time. If pitchers were good and didn't make mistakes, we would never get a hit. Because I mean, they have, like, what we do is the hardest thing to do in sports.
No doubt.
They have all the power. They know what they're throwing. They control the ball. They control when they throw it, although the clock helps out now. But like hitting's hard.
Yeah.
So, all these guys, I can't hit in. I would just look for the ball middle away. And middle was basically my inside corner, and away was the middle of the plate. And I tried to drive everything up the middle. And, when they hung off speed, a lot of the times those are the balls you pull. But I got in trouble when I started trying to pull the ball in. So I just kind of sweat off the plate and just didn't think that they could throw 3 balls in there.
See, when you talk to guys that have walked the walk and had a lot of success in the bigs like yourself, it really comes down to a simple answer. So Matt Holliday had him on when he was in town a couple weeks ago. And Matt was talking about his philosophy. Right center guy, hung a breaking ball, I'll pull that puppy. But other than that, he goes, I'm not trying to yank the baseball. It's wherever it kind of, if it happens, it happens, but I'm not setting my mind to that, because if I do that, I get myself in a rut.
And a lot of times when you have those 10-day, 2-week struggles, it's when you start getting pull happy. It's when you start spinning. And I think, like you said, keeping it simple, but then just being confident enough to stick with your plan, even when you go like 0 for 4 a couple days in a row, and don't panic. And, the pitchers are good, man. It's really a hard game. You're going to get out. Like, I think, the people that get into that tough stretch and panic and then try and do a bunch of stuff and change things, which I'm sure your dad doesn't want me to say because he changed something every other day, but he was a unicorn, so he doesn't count. Like you said, I think you nailed it on the head. Like, keep it simple. And it is a simple game. My dad always used to tell me, see the ball and try and hit the ball hard, and the rest you can't really, is out of your control.
Yeah.
And, the simpler you make it, the more success you have.
No doubt about it. I really could talk to you about all this for a while in the future.
Yeah. Well, let's get back together.
Well, okay. We'll do that. And also on that next stage, I want to talk about your golf game. Yeah. I heard it's just nails. What?
I saw your dad at the course a few weeks ago, and he was a couple foursomes behind us, and we were making the turn at the bar, and Ron, the bartender's like, "Hey, Cal said that you and the boys wait on the back porch and let him. He wants to talk ball today." I'm like, and we sat there for like hour and a half, and your dad for a while would always talk ball, but for a while there he was kind of. And now, like, I was like, man, he seems like almost rejuvenated and back into it, which I think is great.
Oh, for sure.
To talk to him, and and great for the game of baseball and great for the Orioles too. Because talk about a guy that obviously has played in a crap ton of games, but just I think his intelligence of the game and talking with him about the game is so much fun. And I don't want to sound like an old guy and say young guys need to hear that, but young guys need to hear from that generation of players because those guys grinded, man.
Yeah.
And like they did it. And obviously nobody grinded more than him.
Yeah, I think of the records, that one might stay put.
Nobody will touch it.
I don't think it's going to come
Nobody
close.
will touch that or the hit streak, in my opinion. I just you see 6 different pitchers in 9 innings, and it's just hard. Not taking anything away, obviously, from the hit streak. Not saying it was easy for him to do it, but
no.
The games will obviously never be touched, and in my opinion, the hit streak will never get touched.
Yeah, there's a lot of great things out there. Baseball's hard. Showing up for 15 years sounds simple, but when you're in it and you see it, it's the one thing. I got to give them a hard time for all those, but
someone's got to give them a hard time.
I got to, right?
Yeah.
Well, we'll sign this in, and I'll let you kind of get on your way. We got a couple things actually that we're going to give away.
Yeah, you guys got a cool hat up there.
Yeah, this is I think we're
July 4th
are we signing the hat? We're signing the hat too. Okay, we had a pen. Kevin, I know you're sampling a little gin and tonic. Can we get that? Or no, you're good. You're good. You got to chug it next time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the ball, I think the ball. You know what you're doing with the pen. No hat. I lied.
No
Just
hat.
the balls. It's a cool hat though.
It is.
The ball. And then, do that off it then. We can do it off. And then I'll let you, if you sign one, I'll sign this one at the end.
Love it.
Also, when you're saying about hitting the ball the other way and opposite field power, I still can't get over how James Wood absolutely pipes the ball the other way with such ease. I mean, you've been watching him.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and I think I'll say what's special about him is like 3-0 counts, 3-1 counts. He knows what he's good at. And that's what I tell a lot of young hitters too. Like they get to the big leagues and then all of a sudden they think they need to do something else. Or, you hear a young guy, I need to hit for more power. I need to pull the ball in the air. I need to do this. I'm like, you need to do whatever you did to get you to this point in your career. Like, the assistant hitting coach in AAA doesn't know what you've been doing for the last 20 years of your life when you got to AAA. Like, I'm all for listening to coaches, but like you're good at what you do.
Yeah.
Stick to what you're good at. I mean, that's all of pro sports. Like, use your strengths to your advantage and try and stay away from your weaknesses as much as you can. And James Wood, man,
he's a superstar.
Yeah. That dude. And I haven't looked at the All-Stars. My buddies are texting me because they're all mad because he's supposedly not going to be on the
if
he's not on the All-Star team, there's something like
he was like 9th in the voting because there was a voting.
Well, don't they do then they do the coaches' choices?
I'm hoping he has to be a choice.
Yeah. Okay.
I think we're in agreement with that because I'm watching the guy. So guys, where I had it's my podcast. You don't have to curse, but I had oh shit moments.
Yeah.
And so the oh shit moments that I had. So I played with Soto in the minors.
Yep.
So I was like,
decent hitter.
Different. Yeah, he's okay. 750 million reasons why he's doing okay.
Yep.
Gunnar Henderson, where talent, you sit there, you go, damn, he has it. And then watching it, I haven't been around James, but I just get that same type of feeling of special. It's too easy. And he keeps it simple.
I think the young talent in the game now is the best it's ever been.
Yeah.
And, baseball and youth sports are so much different now. I think the talent's undeniable. I think the baseball IQ and stuff has started to take a hit a little bit just because they don't practice as much. And I'm not, taking a hit on these guys because obviously a lot of I had never seen Gunnar in person until they played the Orioles a month or so ago.
Yeah.
Like he's a big dude.
He's a beast. Yeah.
For shorts. I mean, Corey Seager, people don't realize your dad playing
also
shortstop is
really
hard.
Yeah.
I played first 2 games my big league career at shortstop.
Did you really?
Is
that the fun fact?
Made some errors and then shipped right on back to third base. Yeah, Christian Guzman got hurt in 2005, and I played shortstop my whole life.
Yeah.
Played third base at Virginia, but then our shortstop my junior year at Virginia got hurt, broke his finger, so I had to play short for like 2 or 3 weeks. So the Nationals sent Barry Larkin down to like be like, hey, get them ready just in case Guzzi, because they were leading the division in 05. But anyways, that doesn't matter. The point of the story is shortstop's hard as shit in the big leagues, and to be as big as these guys are and to play that position, seeing Gunnar in person and just seeing how big he was, I was like, oh man, that's a big dude. You don't tell on TV.
And he's got a lot of things to learn. He's still really young, and it's the little stuff in the game you got to figure out. But now I can't get out of my mind that next time that I have you on so I can talk more extensively, I'm pulling the highlights. Zim at short.
Yep.
Cannot wait to break that. Can we break that down? Can we break down some plays with you at short?
I would love it.
Perfect.
I don't know if they're going to be that pretty, but
it'll be great. Well, Zim, I appreciate it. I'll let you go do your thing. But thanks for taking a little bit of time.
Look forward to coming back when we have more time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Yep.
Hey, Kev, come hop on for a second. Take over for a second. Be right back, guys.
Well, that was an awesome interview, by the way.
Awesome interview.
But we have
Chadwick
Orioles
Trump.
news. Chadwick Trump with the first Orioles run of the game. Just how you drew it up, right, Zach?
I was going to say, everyone predicted it. Chadwick Trump going to start that. He looks good in the pirate hat, Kevin. He looks good. That was a fantastic interview. Also, Ryan is so knowledgeable. Ryan
Awesome
Zimmerman.
Too. No way.
Oh, no. Holiday. He's got to eat the ground beef. He's got to eat more ground beef. He talked about us, actually. Hold up. Let me see if I have this.
You pulled the clip?
Yeah, because this goes too well now.
Maybe we should just do Kevin and Zach Rack right now before the game even ends.
Here we go. Jackson Holiday just flies up.
Telling some of the guys I can't wait to be like 25 and stronger to where I fly out to the wall. It's probably a home run. So
it's coming, Jackson. It's coming. A little more ground beef over the winter, and those balls are going to be flying out the yard coming soon. I don't want to think about Jackson Holiday at 25 right now. Like, obviously, it's going to be fun. It's fun to think about how good he can be. But, man, I'm enjoying just watching this kid develop. Obviously, flies out to the wall there. But, God, he's been fun to watch this season.
Yeah. I mean, look, this has been a disappointing season. I think everyone who watches this team will agree with that statement. But there have been some bright spots in it. Now, of course, what you want is for them to win more games. That would be the ultimate bright spot. But development of Jackson over the year, seeing other guys step up in moments, watching Chadwick Trump hit homers, right? Isn't that just what you live for?
I did not realize this was
that was his first. Was that his first career?
No, he had 4 in 2020. He had 1 in 2021 with the Giants. So first one since 2021.
Yeah, first homer since 2021.
How can you not be romantic about Baltimore
moments.
Orioles baseball?
Milestone moments.
I gotta post this and just say Chadwick.
Man. This is an awesome time we're having here.
Yeah, and if you're new to the channel, hit that like and subscribe button. Head over to Kevin and Zach.
Gin and tonic is too far away. Yeah, Zach had. See, I'm not that tall. I can't. See, this is what having tall friends does for you. Thank you. See, now sometimes I'm the tall friend because I am tall.
Kevin, I want to ask a singular time you've been the tall friend. Oh, and yes, yeah. Before you answer that, join the Discord.
Yeah.
Free Discord.
Watch-alongs every day for Orioles.
Wah, wah.
All right, what'd you ask me?
When have you ever been the tall friend?
I mean, look, sometimes, back in the second grade, there were moments before people hit their growth spurts, and I kind of had my moment there.
Yeah.
So I'd be the tall friend. It's been a while, but
Kevin, now that I'm thinking about this, if this game ends in the next 20, what inning is it? I feel like this game should be almost over, but it's not even close. It is bottom of the
It's not going to be over for a little bit.
I don't know why I was thinking. It feels like
What'd
it should
you
be like
think
the
it
eighth
was?
inning.
You thought it was the 8th inning?
No, I felt like it should be. It felt like the bottom of the 7th there, but it was the bottom of the 5th.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kevin, let's height check.
Wow, I am 7'5" actually, and that is not a lie.
Yep.
It is not, because it is actually true. You just have to determine if the numbers are flipped or not. And if you think they are, then maybe you're right. Maybe you're right.
Kevin, I was gonna say we should go into a Kevin and Zach react. Just go right into this.
Well,
Just
I remember when the first time we did a show here, because Rocco was here with us doing it, we had all of us here, and remember the three of us stood up. It was Rocco, you, and I. I don't know. This camera's not zoomed out enough to do it here. Maybe is this one zoomed out enough? No, that's just on me.
Wow, we just have different angles.
Wow, look, see, all right. Hey, this is the yeah. See, here's the show. Welcome in to the Kevin Allstriker show.
People want to know Zach's height.
Yeah. See, I got to get better at looking at the camera because I'm getting a setup now.
I'm 5'9" on a good day. 5'10" in shoes.
5'9". Give yourself some more credit, man.
I'm like, Ryan's got me beat by height a little bit. I'm like 6'4". He's 6'5".
I walk into the studio, and since Rocco doesn't really come to the studio anymore to help me with my short kingness, it's just Zach, Ryan, and Brad, who are all over 6'1". I think it was Brad 6'1".
I'm gonna guess the security here is to take Ryan Zimmerman and not to help us. I don't think we get security.
I'm just surrounded by tall people.
You are always surrounded by tall people.
Like everywhere I go, I'm surrounded by tall people.
Kevin, this is our show right now. We're taking over. I'm going to talk about it. We're in a casino. I'm disappointed in the Seattle Mariners. We just lost our first 5-inning money line bet because of a throwing error. Yeah, throwing error. Mariners were up 1-0. We just need them to put it away.
What else was
outs.
In that?
2 outs. Oh, it was Nerfy for the Dodgers, Royals, that hit, and Yelich over 2 hits, runs, RBIs. So it was a 3-leg parlay plus 500, and suddenly we it all came down to the Mariners. They were up 1-0. We looked great. Brian Wu on the mound. He gets the ground ball to get out of it. Let's head to the bank. Nope, we are.
You have anything else cooking?
We have a few things cooking. I actually need Rafael Devers to.
He was just up, I thought.
Yeah, get to. Yeah, he was, and he did not do what I needed him to do. Because I needed Donovan 3+ bases. He hit a homer. I need Contreras 2+ bases. He hit a double, and now it's just up to Devers. So if I lose both my 3-leg parlays on the last one, that's tough. But we'll see it through, Kevin. We'll see it through.
That's all you can do. That's all you can do. I am not in this. I've not bet on sports ever. And everybody I tell that to says, don't start because you won't stop. So guess what? I haven't started, including Zach, who has told me also not to do it.
Yes,
My version of sports betting is Beat the Streak, which is 100% free, which I haven't done. I got discouraged after I got the 10, and then I lost it. But the guy who got the 50.
That would, if I was at 50 and that happened.
Especially how it happened, too.
With him actually getting the hit.
With him having it. Yeah.
And then the runner getting doubled or getting out of
I think the MLB put the call in.
Oh, without a doubt. They were in that man's ear. They were saying, hey, you cannot go to second. You have to get thrown out on a force play.
Man.
Ryan did bring that bat, and he also brought one over there. I'm not gonna lie. I know
everything.
He's carrying it around, but I just kind of want to carry a bat around too.
I want to see if I can get a couple swings in with that. We should do a batting cage event one day.
Did he sign that bat? Because I just want to kind of.
He signed one of them.
I feel like the rest of the day I need to kind of I have Sunday morning softball at 9 a.m. tomorrow, and I feel like I need to start getting.
You think that could softball league MVP? You think that bat got you?
We're gonna try. Another day.
What are your stats right now? Do you have them?
No, I don't have my stats.
How do you not have stats? Then how do you determine MVP?
We don't. I go off vibes. I've just named myself.
Vibes.
I've named myself MVP the past 3 seasons off of nothing short of
out of the whole
league.
You've named yourself MVP.
Why wouldn't I? I was the only voter.
I remember it was like I had been with the show for like 2 months, and you brought in your softball trophy.
Yeah. That was a good time.
Remember
that? That was a good year. We went back to back.
Didn't the
last
trophy
year
break? Or do you still have it?
I'm not. you know
I
what?
don't know.
That's up for. We're not going to comment on
switch
that.
with you.
No comment. Did you sign that bat?
I will sign it. I don't want to dirty it up though.
Oh, Ryan already signed it. Damn.
Jim did sign it.
I need a bat to just hold now. I feel like everyone's holding a bat.
Are you guys gonna do a Kevin and Zach react from here?
We were thinking about it. We're thinking about where we're going to be able. If the
Do we want a shot? Do I want to drink?
Are we doing our shot?
We might. I wonder
Are
if
we doing
we
our
should do the
shot?
shot for the group of other guys too.
Yeah. Should we do the shot?
I can pay for it too.
We got
we
the
get
shot.
5.
Shots.
There's the 2. Oh, well, Joey. Or 6. We have a couple people that came up, so we want to try to. We'll do 6. Sure. That'll help Kevin. Thank you. If you're new to the channel, hit that like and subscribe button. Sorry, guys. We're still live up here. I could talk to Zim all day about ball. And just
He was incredible. Yeah, Kevin,
Dude,
you want to make that
Zim-
one in the middle?
What?
Kevin, do you want to make that one in the middle more everything again?
Yeah, we can make it everything. What's up, guys? All right, you're gonna take a shot. Both of you. All the above. Well, actually, I mean, all the above. Yes? No? Maybe? Maybe? There's no pressure. Don't worry about it. We just wanted to keep everyone included. We'll make Kevin take 2.
I'm
So that'll be good.
gonna get the signed Ryan Zimmerman balls away from where we might be taking the tequila shot.
So right now when we're watching this, the Orioles are playing a great game. It's 9-1 Tampa Bay.
Yeah. Ryan, I have a question for you about the Orioles.
Yeah.
Something that I've seen, and I know Brooks in the chat, he's gonna agree with me because I see him talking about this a lot on Twitter.
Yeah.
There's some little things defensively that I feel like relays. You talk about your dad. While you're growing up, it's like I just want to watch cartoons, eat ice cream. Why are we talking about relays? Why are we talking about hitting the cutoff man, stuff like that? In your mind, like why is it? How frustrating is it? One for a pitcher. I mean, we saw it obviously. Aranda ends up hitting it 460, so that was going to score whether it was on first or second. But even today, to start off in the first inning, there's a leadoff double. Next guy hits a single. They throw home on a ball that honestly there was no chance. He was already halfway home when they get the ball in center field. Cedric throws it, and there's no one there to cut it off. All of a sudden, the guy's at second base, and it feels like it's been little things throughout the year like that has kind of cost the Orioles in situations.
So the biggest thing when you hear people talk, and you're going to hear it in the interview tomorrow with Ken Griffey Jr., don't you walk away. Don't you go anywhere yet. I'm just getting a point across. Good. So the biggest thing that you hear from players and teams when you win is how are your fundamentals? And the things that we focus on are the sexy plays, right? You hit a 3-run home run. You have the game-winning RBI. Your pitcher goes 8 shutout innings, things like that, right? So when you say that out loud, it sounds really good. The problem that happens here is when the Orioles don't do the fundamental things right and you already have deficiencies with your team.
Yeah.
That's when you get to these circumstances. And like, I'm not kidding you. You can go to 15. Okay, perfect. 15 to 20 games this year for Baltimore where you can look at and say they could have won this game, and they're going to look at the final score and go, well, wait a minute, they didn't get that hit there. Typically, if you throw to the wrong base, that's an advantage for the other team. You miss a cutoff man, that's advantage for another team.
Yeah.
You go to the Yankees game on Roku on Sunday, Paul Goldschmidt is a pinch runner, and yeah, good for Goldie, he scored. If you make a good throw on a good cutoff, the runner's out at home, and the game's still where it is. You have a contact play and a plays at the plate, and you are late on the exchange to throw home, well, that's a mistake. Or you don't catch the baseball. That's a mistake, right? That's fundamentals. The sexiness of baseball is the home runs, which we love. But what really wins the game is plays out there that people don't talk about. Here's one more thing for you guys down for the road here. Out of curiosity, there's a little trivia since we got our Oriole fans. Maybe you heard me say this yesterday, maybe you didn't. Do you want to guess, fellas, how many stolen bases J.J. Hardy had for his entire career?
4.
Okay.
24. Let's go 24 on that.
So we got 4 and 24 for J.J. Hardy, right? So J.J. Hardy played, what, 11 years, 13 years, I think it was?
I know my guess is wild, but hey.
No, J.J. Hardy had 8 stolen bases for his career. But why? So why am I mentioning that? You guys are curious? Well, I'll tell you anyway.
So, I mean, is it to speak on the
Hey,
utility of a player despite his?
No, go move on in so you can hear you. No.
Oh, okay.
Move on into the mic.
Is it to talk about the value of a player despite his lack of utility on the base path?
Well, I'll just say you don't have to be a stolen base threat to be a good base runner. So what's the most iconic Orioles moment in the last 11 years? Hardy's trying to score safe. J.J. Hardy scored on a ball down the left field line from first base. He's not built for speed, and yet he got a great jump, great turnaround second, great turnaround third, and he scores, and the Orioles take the lead, win the series. The place goes nuts.
Mm-hmm.
J.J. Hardy has 8 stolen bases. So the excuse that you have to be a good base runner or you have to be fast to be a good base runner is a myth.
I mean, Kyle Tucker.
Kyle Tucker?
Example. Not a demon but good base runner.
Dude, I mean, Cal Raleigh is a catcher. He's got 9 stolen bases. Is Big Dumper fast? I don't think so.
Ryan, just because you just brought him up pinch running, do you know how many stolen bases Paul Goldschmidt has in his career? 15 years. This shocked me.
I'm going to say it's got to be like 1 or 0.
He had some sneaky speed early on.
Yeah.
He had some sneaky speed. Let's go with 70.
How about 174? Paul Goldschmidt.
Goldie?
He had
oh my god.
2016 he took 32.
2014 was the year they were meant to break, or the Diamondbacks were meant to be the chosen one. 2014 was a big year.
So Paul Goldschmidt is built for speed.
It's
never mind.
I
stand corrected.
It is. I literally, because when he said that, I was like, yeah. I wonder how many Paul Goldschmidt does have. He's got to have like 10. I see 174. I was like, I forgot that was a part of his game at one point.
Did he pull a 30-30 season at one point?
So that's what I was just going to say. Yes. Wait, let me see. No. So the year he stole 32, he only hit 24 home runs. In the year prior, I know.
Oh my goodness.
Year prior, he had 33 homers and 21 stolen bases. So had he reversed it, he would have. Paul Goldschmidt would have been 30-30. That
would have been incredible.
And
that's wild.
So you're wondering what's going on right now. This is not the Ryan Ripken Show studio. We are actually live up at Hollywood Casino Charlestown Races in West Virginia. Pretty good. Kevin is still alive over there, but he might not be alive after our celebratory tequila shots. We like to do it every single time. It's a sip and smile tradition like no other when we come up here. We got to talk with Ryan Zimmerman, Mr. National. For those that are new to the channel as well, every Sunday we have a legend of the game that joins the channel. Ryan Zimmerman's a legend for me, but that's not a part of the conversation. We're going to have Zim for a different conversation, but that was great. Ken Griffey Jr. is this Sunday's conversation. So the kid got an hour and 10 minutes with him, talking about everything, including how bad my hairline is as a Ripken, to how he scored from first base, how some of his skills off the field, and some of his favorite moments while he played. And actually 3 of them were against the Baltimore Orioles. 1 was extremely painful, and 1 had to do with the warehouse at Camden Yards. So that's that. Do we have enough? Kevin, are you okay? Or are you okay?
We have 3
down here.
So Kevin, come on back. So I think we should have the chat vote if Kevin. So Kevin's doing 2 is what everyone voted upon.
It's gonna take him 20
Bring him
minutes.
down, Billy.
There you go, brother.
Let's start passing.
Pass him down. You know what? I'll man up and take 2. Okay.
Are you sure, Rip? I'll take yours.
It's up to you. Hey, you guys for coming up. Appreciate it. You guys got the memo.
You.
Joey's second occasion. And what's the correct the handle on X? It's Uncle Billy.
I'm Uncle Andy Billy.
Uncle
AKA
Andy Billy.
Utah, get me 2. I'm Anderson. That's my real name.
But Uncle Andy Billy is electric. The mustache is phenomenal. So this is what we like to do when people come to see us. You guys know this. We love our community.
Oh yeah.
This is all part of it. It's a little thing, you know. and we're trying to have fun. Hey, you got to have fun when it's a 9-1 game for a team that you're rooting for, right?
Hey man,
Drop
anything
home
can
run,
happen,
baby.
Ryan. Anything can happen.
Anything
after
can
last
happen.
night. After last night.
All right. Well, hey guys, appreciate each and every one of you. Appreciate the community. We're live. Hit that like and subscribe, but have a day, have a night, sip and smile, guys. Cheers. Cheers.
Thank you, Ryan.
Uncle Andy Bill or Andy Billy?
Andy Billy.
Andy Billy.
It's like a baby Billy from Righteous Gemstones.
Yeah.
But a whole lot more handsome.
Here we go, boys.
Cheers.
Let's go, Zach. Ready?
Cheers, everyone.
I don't need that guy.
Water.
That was smooth, right, Kevin?
Easy. Bring it down, baby. Smile.
Kevin.
That was easy. That was
Oh, so you want another one? No,
Oh, you
Whoa,
would?
whoa.
He said he would. Bring it on.
No,
He said it's a
he's.
challenge.
We are. Hey, you know what? We're also responsible up here at the Ryan Ripken Show.
100%.
Save it for the very, very end.
We'll save it for the end. We'll save it for the end. That was easy, right, guys? Simple.
No problem,
Yeah.
man. No problem.
Yeah, tell my social anxiety at all.
No, not at all. Perfect.
Good, man.
Oh goodness. The hey, well, let's move the glasses away. But in all seriousness, right? These types of shows are the fun time to be a part of it because we're gonna do this more. Hollywood Casino up here has been a great sponsor for us. They have been so supportive. Where when we started here in 2023, the infancy of the Ryan Ripken Show, where we were having just Nancy Bollinger and Kelly Ripken watching the show. Now we got Uncle Andy, Joey, and Nancy and Kelly watching the show now. So now we have 4 that are watching the show. But guys, I mean, honestly, we went from 0 to almost 20,000 on YouTube. We're close. We've grown. We went from a couple thousand views to millions of views a month, which is insane.
There you go. Millions?
Millions of views a
Millions.
month now. Millions.
It's been so last time we were up here, well, at least last
Make
time
sure you're speaking a little bit.
last time I was up here, I just remember talking about the Orioles outfield. And remember when I said, oh, I want Dylan Carlson, but I want to get rid of Laureano? I was just so wrong about one of them. You know what I mean? Like, I just had to eat crow. You know,
Yeah, you know
Laureano,
what,
man.
Well, it goes to show you, everyone wanted to get rid of Gary Sanchez as well, which it's 2 sides of the coin with that. I know Zach put out a tweet about he doesn't even know what he's going to do sometimes, I think was the tweet. Yeah. So anyway, it's been interesting to say the least. Well, since you guys are up here and you guys are Orioles fans, what do you want to talk about with the Orioles?
Man, I would love to figure out the impact of Bradish and Grayson on this season. You know what I mean? What would this season look like in terms of, will they be more towards 500? Would the season be going better if they had guys who could go out there and sling like Bradish and Grayson? That's one of the things.
It's the what if, right?
Yeah.
There's no one cares if you're hurt. You know, no excuses. Play like a champion. What movie is that, Zach? Okay. Well,
Sounds like Friday Night Lights.
no, it's what the answer is Wedding Crashers. But the point of the whole situation, injuries stink, but the reality for players, you got to find a way, right? Bradish and Wells and Grayson, the Orioles would probably be a better team, but with these fundamentals, they probably would still be under 500. Yeah. Because when you give extra opportunities, right, your pitchers are being taxed more. And that was the one thing I saw with Brooks talking about. It's exactly right. Imagine you don't make the right play and it forces – the other thing with cutoff and relays, how about an opportunity for a double play and a guy moves up a base and it takes away the double play? Or how about a double play ball that doesn't go down as an error, but it should have been turned that it isn't? Next batter hits a double in the gap, right? So this Orioles team is also 7th worst in baseball in fielding percentage. How you doing with that information, right? It's hard to win. 2023 most wins. You guys want to guess where they were? Where they ranked in baseball?
2023 for which category?
In fielding.
I would third.
Third, Uncle Andy?
Let's go with 5.
Bingo, number 5. And how about next question? Which were the top 2 teams that year in fielding percentage in 2023? Oh, yeah, Zach's already vetted on this one. It's kind of, I'm saying it because
Dodgers.
Who was in the World Series that year? 2023. Who came to Baltimore and absolutely kicked some ass?
What was that? Diamondbacks.
No, the
and-
Rangers.
Diamondbacks is one. Who's the other team?
Rangers.
And the Rangers. Those are the top 2 fielding teams in baseball. So in the biggest moments, they were doing some good things, didn't get a lot of opportunities.
And Diamondbacks were kind of Cinderella that year, weren't they?
They just got in.
And so were the Rangers.
Momentum
Well,
drivers.
Yeah, and they figured it out, right? That's exactly how it went. That's just how the cookie crumbles. And if you're new to the channel, hit that like and subscribe button, by the way. Ryan Ripken Show doing this live every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, right here on YouTube, X, and Facebook. I think Kevin and Zach might be. Are you guys actually going to do a Kevin and Zach react from here?
It's going to depend on when the game is, and
If you guys want to, I can.
yeah,
Well,
we
you
will
guys,
be
we
live
can leave
somewhere.
the cameras up. If for
That's
you to
where.
do
So
it,
that's where we're. Yeah, we'll probably do that.
you
If
know.
we can keep this up while I go gamble.
And-
Someone let my dog out, so I'm good.
Oh, you're good. Everyone's
Yeah,
good.
someone let my
Yeah.
dog out in Virginia. I'm here to stay.
So we always like to have a lot of fun here. But Uncle Andy, Billy, what do we got here, Anderson? What's on your mind?
Oh, there's a lot on my mind.
Oh, that's a loaded
A lot of
question.
things I can't control. That's
Okay.
the biggest thing. But what I can do is just see that we need momentum. We need a lot of things that are going to change some mindsets on how we're carrying each game to game. I think young players, I mean, we got frontal lobes that are still progressing at the age of 21 and 22. So there's some consistency that is needed. I still believe in these guys, man. I mean, there's so many injuries this year. There's so much that we have to build on. Not to mention, I mean, there's still an arsenal that's going to come up, and it's whether it's the right time or not. I'm excited. I'm hanging on. All I can do is, drink an orange crush at pickles, and as always, eat Arby's.
Yeah. The frontal lobes, I gotta say, that was like some comment that Kevin would throw out there that I just can leave me speechless. Wait a minute, did Kevin just pull an apple out of his bag? By the way, get over here.
That's amazing.
Come around here for a
You're in
second.
Apple Country, baby. Here to Winchester.
Time out. So for those that where did that come from?
Winchester.
My apartment.
So Kevin just buffalo. He had boneless buffalo wings, barbecue wings. Sorry, and then out the wazoo takes a tequila shot and then immediately pulls out an apple. Are we saving a second one for? What's better for you? Would you rather? You don't have to take one at all because we're responsible. So you don't have to take one at all. But if you were to take one, at what point would you want to do it now? Do you want me to take
I'll
this?
do it after. Got to get the food in your system.
So, okay.
Now, what color would you bet on in roulette, Kevin? Black or red? After the tequila shot.
What's speaking to you?
Yeah. What's speaking to you? The question is, black or red for roulette? Well, that's not good.
Oh, come on, Ramon. Ah, man.
First to 12 wins. They got a chance still.
There you go. Fair enough.
So red is the choice. Honestly, hey, first to 12 wins. It's still 11.
And if it's black, I'm gonna say I knew. That's how it goes.
Woof.
Yep.
Red for apples. Red for apples. Look, it's a woof. Here's the thing. The Orioles can wake up tomorrow and win a series. They could put up 12 runs and win this game, but realistically, odds are not in their favor. That's okay. I feel like we're going to see a position player again that's going to just
You think so?
irritate me. Oh, probably. How about, though, Kobe Mayo's first home run
Honestly,
is
not
off
even-
a position player.
but that's not even the important part. Think about the stretch he's been on. You know what I mean? The double and the gap, and just was he on your show talking about his confidence and how he wasn't hitting any home runs since spring when he got called up, and talking about the struggle, and then coming out here in the major leagues and then having an impact on games day by day. Like that's what you want to see from your prospects.
Oh yeah, I mean, the best thing for Kobe, and I hate it because it's at the expense of Mountie, is that he's going to get a run to see what he can do. I think he's got a lot of talent. The Orioles got to make a decision, but I'm glad he got that first home run out of the way.
Yeah.
He is a guy with ridiculous power. Ridiculous power. Reminds me of a young Kevin Oestreicher back in his day, pre-Apple. But you need to go out there and play. You got to have a short-term memory overall too in this game. Like Zim was talking about the 2019 season for the Nats, and if you guys missed that or not, Zim was saying that why they had success with that group of guys is their veterans had no panic, no waver when things went wrong. Younger players tend to stress a little bit more. You want to hold my bat? Hold my wood? There it is. So what?
No,
That's what it is.
4K.
So the Orioles, fair to say, guys, they don't have a lot of veteran presence on the team. They have a lot of guys that still have to learn about themselves. And you're seeing the growing pains.
Yeah. And then what is it like so they want to try and bring
move
in
a little bit more, just so, yeah, there you go.
They want to try and bring in veterans to supplement the leadership, but you also have guys like Gunnar, Adley, Westberg who want to imprint their own stamp on this team. You know what I mean? There could be it's when you talk about growing pains, it's also just like who can mesh with the young talent and you know what I mean? It's a balance. Yeah, these young guys can also figure out how to lead too.
Well, it's like one thing when we're younger and there's you being blind to expectations because no one's thinking much of you at the time. And, it's that blind confidence you have because nothing's been accomplished, right? So that's like number one. So I would say that was the Orioles in 22, 23, and part of 24 was they were playing with house money. They didn't know anything better. And then they had adversity hit them in the face. And then people were expecting them to be the best team and the best players.
Projected to win the AL East off the rip.
Exactly, right? So that blind confidence went away. And the reality sets in, right? It's like when they say about beginner's luck with things. Usually I also think it's because you go in not knowing what the hell is kind of happening. And then after a while, you could second guess yourself. And we're here at Hollywood Casino. Imagine the times, okay, do I bet this? Do I not?
Do I hit it on the 10? Do I hit it on the 11?
Do I not? Right. And then like for hitting though, it's like, well, hey, do I try to move my hands here? Do I try to change something like Zim talked about? It's like, no. Like simplify it. The best players that played for the longest time, if you hear them talk, they have the simplest answers. And I think that's something for the guys that they got to learn how to figure out.
I feel like they've been doing better at a game like this happens, and then they go out and are able to string together a 4-0 win. You know what I mean?
It'd be nice. It'd be great.
It's different than it's different than Easter. You know what I mean? When that kind of went down, that was the turning point, the down turning point. And then when you have stuff like this happen, they can still come out and get the job done.
Yeah, I mean, here's another thing. On that blowout, by the way. Don't throw position players who doesn't feel as bad. It's not the worst loss for me this year, by the way. What's your guys' worst loss of the season? I'm curious.
Man.
And Kevin Applestriker will make a comment here in a little bit, but we go down the list. Andy, what is your worst loss of the year for the O's? I'll hold my wood again. Thank you.
I think there was a lot that was taken out of my own system against the Rays. Last time having that lead, feeling just
8-0. Nice.
When we have momentum and being able to strike on that, it just really offsets anything else that we have going on. It doesn't matter if the first 4 innings we can look good. If we aren't able to finish on the backside, the momentum's not going to carry into the game. And, you're talking about 2019 with Ryan Zimmerman and the Nationals, small ball. Colton Cowser's bunt down the third base line. I wanted to just start chugging Orange Crushes at Pickles immediately from my home in Virginia. I felt rejuvenated. Everything felt good again. But I know Ryan Zimmerman grew up in Charlottesville watching UVA baseball play while he was there. Those UVA baseball teams under Brian O'Connor were the king of small ball from whether it was 2007, 2009. Mark Reynolds on that team also fantastic, Pretty
good player.
Little side story here. UVA had a team dinner. It was a step up to the plate dinner, and Cal came on, and he was able to speak to the team, speak to all the fans. I want to say this was 2008. And one of the things that I remember to this day, because I was in Little League at this time, it was a huge thing for us to be able to go out and be able to see that. The focus was on small ball. It was bloops, it was slashes, it was down the lines, it was finding the gaps, and I don't know, that's the things that make me feel something. I love the long ball. Exit velo is super cool, it's super fun, but just drop it in. Let's chip away. Let's gain the lead, gain the momentum. Like, I want to feel something, and that's what's going to make me feel something. So, although it was a sidetrack, that was my part where I felt the downturn, but also where I feel where this fan base starts shifting forward. I mean, last night we were all together. Like, I haven't seen O's Twitter like that in a while. Yes, I get it. I am toxically positive. I get that. But I can't control anything, you know.
Well, actually, so as you know, actually, guys, the Orioles lose, it's my fault. If I say the O's need to be better, I need to tell ownership to make changes.
You're coping, Ryan. You're coping. That's
I am.
what it is.
I'm not objective enough on the team when I say, you know what, they didn't play well. Because I didn't say that this was the worst piece of anything the world's ever seen.
No, it's been a tough season, but
Yeah.
it is what it is.
It is what it is. But you know what? That's the part of that's the part where I think people are frustrated when they see the team is those bloops, finding a way. I grew up where striking out wasn't accepted, right? It was just like you got to just find a way to put it in play. Put it in play, good things can happen. Game's different nowadays. Can't change that. But when you scratch and claw and you see it happen, the fans can feel that. And the ones that sit there, everyone loves a home run. Yep. But moving a runner over and finding a way to get that winning run and your bat shatters in 8 different pieces and it drops in, those moments for a hitter, you're going, well, damn, that was awesome. I snuck out a hit. Yep. But as a fan, it's just as exhilarating when you get the job done. So I'm right there with you. I've also broken a lot of bats, just for the record. Joey, what was your worst moment for the season?
I had it in my mind.
We'll come back to you. It's okay. It's okay. Don't worry about it.
Raise.
I said it was.
Yeah. It was when they ran out of hot dogs at the value section, wasn't it?
It was the first one.
It's always my thing. Everything's hot dog related.
You have a worst loss of the season, Kev?
I think.
Do you have yours, Joey?
I think it was when Garrett Crochet went 7 innings and was shutting them out, and I was in the building and I watched them getting no hit. You know what I mean? By the Red Sox. I think it was the second time they came to Baltimore.
Oh, perfect. It's good. Might have been the first time because that was so long ago that Garrett it's the first time he shoved it right up there. Bad.
I mean, that one was just a rough night.
Maybe that was a microcosm for what kind of would happen so far this season.
I mean, just the lefty curse. You know what I'm talking about with the O's. That's lefty comes in and we're done for. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure.
That's been what every other team has a book on us, and it's just get the lefties in.
But they did beat Max Fried, but a lefty that throws 91 or 92, they're screwed. There's no doubt about it. Just kidding.
Or
just
99.
Kidding. Or 99.
Yeah.
Well, anyone faces Scoobles in trouble. Kevin, do you have a worse loss?
Well, it might be this one because Luis Vasquez is now in the pitch. So position players pitching we know can get ugly. But I'm gonna go Easter Sunday. That loss was just awful, and I think like everyone understood that like something had to happen, but everyone knew nothing was going to at that point. And I think it was just that impending doom for me of like, and look, if it happens eventually, like something changed, so like great. But at that time, I felt so defeated because it was so obvious something had to happen, and then nothing did after it looked like that. So I'll go Easter Sunday. That's mine.
That's fair. Yeah.
I cannot stand that there's going to be 2 innings of position player work for the Orioles. Even though they just got out of it, that's nice. I just really don't like it. I really don't. Makes me feel certain ways, fellas. It's okay. It's all right.
One more half inning to get it done, right? One more half inning to keep it alive. I know. What is the problem? What if we were watching the Apple broadcast right now? What would the probability of a comeback be? The ESPN bar, 2%, 1%.
Might be negative. It might be 0.005. But you're telling me there's a chance.
They're telling me there's a chance.
Are you guys going to be around for the rest of the time? What's your plan?
Be around for about an hour, so I'll be
An
hanging
hour or
out.
so. Okay, we're gonna finish up. We got one more video we got to do. Got to break down this no hitter. Then I'll come bother you guys before you guys head out.
All right.
Does that work?
Love it, guys.
Our
Cool.
guys,
Appreciate you.
Joey,
Having fun.
Uncle Andy Billy, but he just goes by Anderson. Appreciate you guys.
Thank you, everyone.
I'll be over to see you guys in a minute. Always love. And you know, Rick, it's not that I understand the save the pen. I think for me, what I hate is that you have so many guys that can pitch that it's just become a norm to say, hey, we're going to do this. There's so many guys that can go and pitch. Now, they have changed the regulations and rules on calling pitchers up and down, which has definitely skewed it. But I digress. It can be a little bit frustrating. But, guys, there was one video we wanted to talk about today we hadn't gotten into yet.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the no-hitter that almost happened with the Reds. Do you have that video you can pull up?
Yeah. So just a little background real fast. So Martinez pitching for the Reds. He's at 111 pitches at this point. He has a no-hitter going in the game, and he is looking to get, his first career no-hitter. This ball is hit against the wall for the first hit of the game in the 9th inning, and people are wondering if the left fielder maybe should have given a little bit more effort. So let's watch, and you can be the judge of that. Let's make
fly ball left field, struck pretty well. Back goes the lane onto the warning track. It.
All right, there's a few things I want to kind of talk about with this. So, again, no outs in the 9th, no hitter on the line. Ball is crushed, by the way, right? So it's a long way to go. I don't know if he catches this ball. I really don't. However, if we let it roll for a second.
That's a lot of time that just passed.
I don't think he was going to catch the baseball, but what people have the problem is that he ended up stopping, right? That was the big part, that he stopped. And the instinct of playing it off the wall, which would be a baseball move, maybe in some normal circumstances, took over. But then, therefore, the no-hitter is gone then on that exact play. Where if he were to keep going, hypothetically, if he put his head down and kept going, yeah, it could be on the line where he could get hurt. And I still think he's got another 10 feet, so I don't know if he still gets there in time. But you hate to see it because it was a moment.
I think people are upset of him pulling up, and it seems like around here he kind of has gotten he's like, okay, I'm just going to pull up, and then a good amount of time passes. So I think people are upset. I think you're up 8-0. If this is a 1-0 game, this is 1,000,000% the right move. If this is a 2-0 game, 3-0 game, anywhere close, I think people are upset. 8-0 game. Why are you not just giving it everything to go try to catch that baseball and give your pitcher a no-hitter? And I mean, we've talked about before, every game it feels, or every no-hitter, there are incredible defensive plays. And I feel like that's been the frustrating part for people. Is it's like, I've seen some former major leaguers comment on this on Twitter of, if there is a no-hitter, you want to be a part of it. You want to make an amazing play to go be a part of it. So they're just upset, I think, with that he wasn't at least giving himself a chance to go make an incredible play. So,
yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people look to what Dwayne Wise did with Mark Burley. And it was Burley, right? Who had So, Dwayne Wise lays out, body on the line, makes the catch. But again, you have to really pause it at the perfect moment to see where this ball actually hits off the wall. You're right. It's like the moment that he chose to pull up.
Yeah, I think, if I'm being honest, I
think it hit too high off the wall.
No, it hits.
I don't.
It hits just about glove level. The issue is, I think he thought that it was over. I think the left fielder thinks that this ball, because you can kind of tell. I mean, let's also talk like this. Elias Diaz thinks that this is over too. Look at he's looking at it. So he thinks, okay, I just hit a home run.
He mushed that.
I think left fielder honestly thinks that this ball is gone. and he's just looking. Because I think he's thinking that this is going to go over here. Maybe that's not there. Hits right off.
Yeah.
And then, obviously.
I think in that case, it's a moment where fans.
Did Jackson just get his third hit?
I think so.
Anyway, to finish this out, I think a moment here is that it stinks when you know it's an opportunity that's so close. I don't think even on his best effort, he's going to make that play. But if he dives at the wall and makes it, then no one questions it either way. That's the part here is that some people are questioning. But for me, looking at it, even if he were to run full speed, I don't know if that ball is still being caught. But the reality is we just won't know. And so that's what they have to live with. And there's been a lot of successful outings this year for pitchers, shutouts for teams. But we really haven't seen the no-hitters, perfect games as much as we did for a stretch of time. So I'm really curious if we will. But in moments like that where you are so close, just 3 outs away, people are obviously going to pick it apart here. But you know what? It's the way the cookie crumbles. If you're new to the channel, though, hit that like and subscribe on Ryan Ripken Show. We do this live every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday when we're up here live at Hollywood Casino at Charlestown Races in West Virginia. We got all the cords around everywhere. You know, we're having fun. Cords everywhere. We got to hang with Holly and Wayne with Thin Line Service Dogs, which is Thin Line. I got to put that up. thinlinesd.org if you want to find out more information. I'm taking the trading card of Holly, by the way. And I'm going to show Ollie this. Also, should we give away my wood? Or should we'll wait for when I go back home?
Yeah, we got to sign it. You got to definitely sign that.
Sign my wood. Ryan Zimmerman signed my wood.
I think
you're going to sign it too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll sign it too. But we also do need to give these balls away. Maybe we're going to do that actually today because Hollywood Casino, they are going to ship these out for it. So
do you want me to get the wheel going?
Let's get the wheel going, but how do we do that? So if you want
for each one, we should do a different thing. So we should do one word spin, another word spin. Or do you just want to do same word spin for both? Like
Let's
two
go
spins.
same word spin for both. Because you can get two chances because we'll eliminate the person that it goes to.
Tell me the picture. Yeah. So what word do we want to have? Do we want to have Zim as the word? Do we want to have apple? Apple for Kevin.
Apple, sure. That's
Kevin Apple. So if you put in the chat Apple, you'll be in the contest to win a Ryan Zimmerman signed ball. But to get my wood, then we're gonna have a different prize for that. But I gotta go take care of something real quick, guys.
All right.
So far, we have one apple.
One. All right. Well,
now we have two. Okay, so we have both our winners. Did we fix this to be on just us?
I thought I did.
No, we don't have four.
It's disconnected. Hold on.
4 disconnected. Ooh. Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to Zack Efflin Show. We are live here from Hollywood Casino in Charlestown Races in West Virginia. I'm over here. Honestly, it is. The vibes are incredible around here. Vibes are absolutely incredible. Kevin, feeling good.
Yeah.
Let's see.
All right.
There we go. That's that.
All right, let me get the wheel up.
We have 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. So far, we have 7 entries, which means you have. I'm not going to know the thing. Probably like what? Is that like a 27, 28% chance, 30% chance to win?
For 7, no, it's like 16 or 18. 4 would be 25.
But we're giving away 2.
Oh, you're multiplying it, so like 30. Here, can you?
So we got
find the names. All right, cool. So let me put in Jason,
Frizzle. We got Jake W. Then we have Rick.
Got it.
British Raven. We got Joe Adams.
All right, Joe
And we got Laura.
Adams and Laura. Yep. So again, if you want to be in the running to win one of these two signed baseballs, put the word Apple and you will be added to the wheel, and then Hollywood Casino will ship them out. I think we're gonna wait for Ryan to get back to do it. Also, these are sick ducks. I think I might need to snag one or two of these for my duck collection. When I moved into my apartment, they gave us a duck.
They gave you those ducks when you moved into
Not this specific one, but maybe I could get a Zach Bollinger signed duck. Probably worth a lot of money. Yeah.
What was that?
I said I think I should get a Zach Bollinger signed duck. I think it's probably worth a lot of money.
Give me that. Give me that pen.
I'm not gonna actually take it if you sign it.
Why is this so massive?
Sign that one. Oh no, sign this one. Sign this one. Now you have to take that home. Or no, give it to Molly actually.
There we go.
That's official.
This duck has been signed.
Look at that signet. Look, what is that signet? You just I can make it out. It's Zach and then Balls.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I didn't understand that there's I mean,
I don't really have a signature either.
Maybe I should.
You should definitely give that to Molly.
Zebo. I will now.
Zebo. Yeah.
Zebo I might have to start doing that. Maybe I'll start going by Zebo.
Zebo. Not a bad idea.
Zebo, Zach Randall.
Zach Randolph.
I feel like me. Yeah, Randolph. I don't know why.
And you call yourself a Grizzlies fan?
I went to the Pacers, Kevin. Yes, sir.
Well, Nuggets bandwagon is open.
I'm fine. Actually, I'm actually pretty fine.
Yeah. All right. Do we have any more apples?
We have no more apples. The only one.
I'm telling you, how many people are watching right now?
We have 25 people.
So, we only got 7 names in here. If you want a Ryan Zimmerman signed ball, look, even if you're not a Nationals fan, Ryan Zimmerman signed balls are pretty good. I'll take them if you don't want them.
Yeah, so
I'll go ahead and take them.
Yeah, so just put Apple in the chat if you want. If you're new, if you just joined, put Apple in the chat. We're spinning the wheel to get entry to spin the wheel. Only 7 people right now, and you can be entered to win one of these 2 Ryan Zimmerman signed baseballs that are not over there. They're over here. So fantastic, baby. Fantastic.
So, I mean, when Ryan gets back, we're gonna
giving everyone 2 more minutes. At 6:35, we're gonna spin it.
If 7 is set, and I will actually hold it up to the camera this time.
Did we not do that last time?
Well, I mean, I showed and I'll show that we have, I'm doing it.
I hope.
Would you throw that duck?
Luis Vasquez has just got his 3rd. What's it called? Ground ball double play in 3 innings. Where were you when Luis Vasquez saved the and Michael Allen? Michael Allen also over on Twitter.
We got it.
Did Simpson? Oh my goodness. We're Philly Braves Nerfy. We're getting
that was the saddest thing I've ever seen, man.
Me saying Philly Braves Nerfy. We're getting a Philly Braves Nerfy. Are you riding?
Am I riding? No.
Yeah, we're going Phillies versus Braves.
You've told me not to ride anything.
No. Oh my gosh.
I can do it in terms of you want me to pick 2 beat the streak players. Are you riding?
Yeah.
Standing up for Luis Vasquez.
Luis Vasquez standing ovation, baby.
Wow.
Kevin, I'm not gonna lie. I think we just at this rate, as soon as the Oriole game goes, we're gonna add Kevin and Zach react to this, and we're just gonna go live, and that's gonna be. I think we just start the live as this.
Oh, if we don't end the show.
Yeah, I think that we turn that partially because we're not gonna go live. We'll probably only be live for Kevin and Zach react for 15 minutes ish. We do have to pack all this stuff up.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, it's.
Look, no one wants to talk about this game anyway. So why does it matter? Why does it matter, Kevin?
Yeah, this is good. This will be our first in-person Kevin and Zach React.
That's true.
I think. Yeah, I think. Pretty sure.
Yeah, pretty sure. We'll probably have to go off of camera number 2. I just appreciate camera number 2 a little bit more. I don't know why.
I got one of those Sony mirrorless cameras. I have to get it all set. This tripod, man, is the worst experience. I think I found one. Manfrotto makes good tripods apparently, and I think I found one
Really?
I can finally get and just kind of deal with it. But the issue is like some cameras fit certain ball heads. So like there's an Arca Swiss plate that is like there's a release plate. I think this tripod, like the KF ones, have release plates. So yeah, I'm doing a whole new setup for Locked On Ravens, and I'm excited about it, but it's a lot of money. So you know what? You gotta invest. You gotta invest.
I was gonna say, well, getting a new setup is always. I don't know. It feels. It's always felt good.
And actually, let me pull up this comment here. Frizzle, I had never done anything in a casino before until the first time I came here. And everyone was telling me, don't do the slot machines. Don't do the slot machines. And of course, I did not listen and did the slot machines. And I lost. Ryan gave us each like $60 and I lost all of it. But then I got 20 back. But I should have done blackjack. Apparently, blackjack is the way to go.
I mean, that's one way to put it.
Well, what do you do?
I love a good roulette. Did something just fall?
That was the bat. Pretty sure.
Oh my gosh, I thought something important. Oh, Kobe Mayo single. We are at this point, we're just waiting for Ryan so we can give these do these giveaways. Jesus, scared the crap out of me. All right, guy on first, no outs, 9th inning. Do you believe in miracles, Kevin? Do you?
It's time right now.
Here we go.
Right now.
Don't make sure. I was gonna say, don't touch the.
I'm not.
Yeah, make sure.
I'm making sure there's no things from that. Here it comes.
Here come the O's, baby. Don't call it a comeback.
Comeback.
Don't call it a comeback. Here come the O's, baby. 11-2. I mean, 10th home run. Oh my God, they're picking up the kid.
So you think they're picking up that option?
Without a doubt, you have to. If he's here,
I think you should extend him. I think
he might get traded at this point.
I'd be kind of bummed if they traded him, honestly.
I would be too, but that's just kind of. Cowser hitting a bomb would be pretty cool too.
How did Kobe get on? Did he single or do
what? Single. Do we know where Ryan is?
He's taking pictures with other Ryan. Or I guess is Ryan other Ryan or is
I don't know, but I'm about to once we
which Ryan is other Ryan?
Oh my God! Wait, it's 11-3. 11-3. Oh.
Cowser got hit.
All right, I'm just saying.
The Rays do not have a great bullpen.
I mean, these are the cleanup guys.
I know, but still.
All this is doing is impacting the plus minus. Just keep on getting the run differential.
This guy comes out. What are you doing, man?
I mean, come on.
You know what? I think they need Luis Vasquez. Caballero for Luis Vasquez. Who says no?
I'm telling you, let's do it. Give us Kevin. Yeah, I love it. I love it. Oh man, there's a kid crying in their phone.
Oh,
that's brutal. Genuinely.
That's tragic. All right, any more apples?
I don't know.
I don't even know where I put my phone.
We have no more apples so far.
All right. Well, it looks like it's an 8-man race for these two Ryan Zimmerman balls.
Oh, we got another apple. Allison.
All right. Let's put Allison in.
I don't know where Ryan left that or when. He's
I think he's still talking over there.
Yeah, Ryan is.
I mean, we've known for a while this is our show, so Allison is Joey's wife, so Joey has a shot here.
I love it. I love it.
Appreciate you, Allison. All right.
Oh, we can hit Joey with it if she wins. That's big.
There's no warning. No warning.
Fastball. Oh my gosh. If Gary Sanchez.
Well, I think your tweet was the funniest thing a couple weeks ago, or whenever you, which was like Gary Sanchez will have a week where he homers for like a stretch where he homers for like 2 straight weeks.
This is where, I mean, this is what?
What are you looking at?
Oh, right now I was thinking about if, assuming this ends in a little bit, we're going to have to. Way to hold it out, baby. I mean, are we giving this ball away?
We should do it after. Let's do it if the game. Let's do it when the game ends.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay.
Too.
All right.
So we can go on Kevin Zack React. You know the channel, that like and subscribe button. I think we can name Kevin and Zack React something different too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You know, we've had moments where we, last year when we started Kevin and Zack React, we only missed one show, one game, and now we're going for all 162. And while some of them have been from Zach's car, others have been from weird other places, we have hit that mark so far, even in a season where there's been a lot of losing.
I'm just setting up the stream so once we this game ends, we can go.
And it'll just automatically put it.
Yeah, and we'll just be live. I'll change the.
Nice.
Flush it, get them tomorrow, Kevin. Flush it, get them tomorrow. This is gonna be the quickest I think we will have ever gone live right after I
literally.
While that happens, you talk. I'm gonna set this up so it just gets off so we can.
Cool. Let me pull. I can't even really see the chat. Well, this has been a fun experience. Again, Hollywood always treats us really well, and we love coming up here and doing events like this. And people coming up for the events is really fun also. So if you're watching, you couldn't come today, and you wanna have a fun experience at an awesome place, a lot of fun atmosphere going on over here. Come say hi to us. We'll put you on the show. We saw Joey and Anderson come on here, so that was fun, and just chopping it up. Tequila shots, since I'm the best dad, obviously, right? They got good food here, and see Ryan. Look, I held on long enough. Ryan finally came back.
We can do the winners wrap up. You guys can do your.
Yeah, we were gonna do it right when we were waiting for you to. We were waiting for you to come.
If we wanted to wait
30 more seconds, we were waiting for you to come back.
So why don't let's do it real quick. The winners.
Yeah.
And then we'll wrap up the show, this part, and then everyone can bop on over to Kevin and Zack Reacts because they're going to be very happy.
So can we see one last call for Apple? This is the last call. You are not getting in. When it hits 6:45, all Apples. Say Apple or forever hold your peace.
Don't call it a comeback. Where were you when Trump had 2 hits against the Rays? Hollywood Casino at Charlestown Races in West
Say
Virginia.
Apple or forever hold your peace. 6:45 is the cutoff. 1 minute, less than 1 minute. Can I do like the auction? Coming on as Apple.
You can if you want.
Was going once, going twice, going 3 times, going 4 times. All right, 6:45. Come on, going 5. Boom, sold. That's it. All right,
Kevin, let's do it real quick.
Let me just pull up the names. I have it. I'm going to go to the camera.
You don't have to go to the camera.
Yeah,
Kevin, you don't have to go to the camera. Do you want to go to the camera?
Okay. He's going to the camera.
He just really wants to go to the camera.
He really wanted to go
to the wrong camera.
Okay, we'll go.
Kevin, we really can't see. Okay. All right. Yeah, go do it. Spin it. That's actually pretty good. I got to give you credit. That's
was
good.
Better that.
Jake W. Jake W will be the first. So, Jake, we're going to need to get your info. If you're on social media, let us know where we can find you. So, Hollywood Casino can send you one. So, that's one ball. Jake W. Well, yep. So, let's move on. One more spin. We're spinning again. This is for ball number 2. We're going across the pond one way or another. Joe Adams is getting his in ball. We got to figure out how to send it across the pond. I got to tell Hollywood. But Joe, we'll have to figure out the conversation. Jake, if you can let us know where do you know where Jake's social media is?
Yeah. So we'll get in touch. We will
Okay.
get in touch.
You have a social media?
Yeah. So we'll get in touch with
We'll get in
Jake.
touch and then for with Jake Adams. No, Joe Adams. Sorry. We will get that settled. But guys, it's been a great day. We'll work on a different way to auction off my wood, and that's the Ryan Zimmerman, Ryan Ripken bat. We'll do that a different time for everyone. But guys, we appreciate each and every one of you. Game's over right now, so it's a perfect time for our show to end and get you ready for Kevin and Zach Reacts. Do we even cue the music? Can we reach? Here we go. As always, here at the Ryan Ripken Show, we appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks for joining us for this impromptu show at Hollywood Casino Charleston Races in West Virginia. Have a day, have a night, be safe. Kevin and Zach React coming your way next. Here on the Ryan Ripken Media Network.